What's up, guys? It's me, Joe Slater. Today is July 31st, 2021, and the biggest news of the day is the release of Bray Wyatt from WWE. Wyndham Rotunda, better known as Bray Wyatt, or most recently The Fiend, has been officially released from WWE. Now, when I looked into it a little more, the only reason why I could find was because of budget cuts. They're saying they're shrinking their budget back down again, which that completely doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever, because Bray Wyatt was the Universal Champion not too long ago, and they were selling merchandise like crazy for him. His Universal belt, the one with the Fiend's face on it that he wore, that thing cost like $3,000 in WWE shop. So Bray Wyatt was legitimately making money for the company. I mean, he did have depression and everything when, after Brody Lee passed away. It really hit Bray Wyatt hard from what I've read, and he put out that wicked heartfelt message on Instagram explaining how much it hurt to lose a friend like that, and I totally understand. And and then he did WrestleMania and he lost to Randy after one RKO, and then Alexa Bliss supposedly took the power or whatever, and now and then we haven't seen Bray on WWE television since WrestleMania against Randy Orton. So I'm not going to go with the budget cuts thing. And, it might have been part of his depression why he wasn't there or something, but I don't think that was the full story either. Vince McMahon's been quoted lately saying that, AEW is not a threat to them, to WWE. He says that WCW was more of a threat back in the day, and, AEW is nothing compared to what WCW was, but he's got to understand, he's throwing all these big fish back into the ocean, and if AEW starts picking them up, then he's going to lose out, and he's going to be WCW, and AEW is going to be WWE then. He's not afraid right now, but he's got something to fear. And I'm not saying that everyone that leaves WWE is supposed to go right over to AEW or anything, but he is throwing out the bait. He's throwing out the prizes, and anyone can pick him up. I can't see, Bray being stuck going to Impact or anything like that. I think if he is picked up, he is going to go to AEW, and he's got that 90-day non-compete clause or whatever they do. So, I'm sure he's already talking with people. He hasn't been on TV for a long time. That's one of the biggest waste of talent I have seen in a really long time. I mean, he released all those other people, but Bray Wyatt he was on fire. Literally and figuratively, Bray Wyatt was on fire. He was one of the most popular superstars after the Fiend character. They could have done this huge angle between the Fiend and then Finn Balor's demon character, and that would have sold, it could have been a horror movie. It could have been a horror movie, and it would have sold tickets left and right. They could have done that at WrestleMania. But, once again, Vince and his budget cuts, or Vince and his ego, or Vince and his pride, he releases the wrong person. They could have worked with him, and I read he was set to come back in August next month to make his return and everything, and he was preparing and getting his character ready. The Fiend was a great character, and I don't know, he was working on it a lot, and they just shut him off, which is it's unfair, and you know what I mean. And I don't know, at all the other releases, it's just you don't see someone that was the most popular Universal Champion in 2021 being released. They got rid of Strowman and stuff, but he was borderline on the championship side. He won the Greatest Royal Rumble, and he was Universal Champion for a minute, but he wasn't no Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt, they never knew what to do with him either. How many times was he recycled? You know what I mean? From the time he showed up from NXT when he was in the Nexus, he was Husky Harris, and then he wore the Hawaiian shirts. And then he went into the darker side when him and Randy were fighting and Sister Abigail was coming around. And, and then when Randy burnt down the shed, and then they moved him into the Firefly Funhouse, and then they gave him the Fiend character. I mean, this poor guy has been bounced around and recycled more times than anything. And then at the end, they're just we give up, and they let him go. Well, I don't understand why they're doing this stuff and who figures out who they're releasing. You know what I mean? But I'd hate to have to be the guy to call them up and say, we're done with you. You know what I mean? That's usually John Laurinaitis. If you guys ever heard of him, he'll send you a text message or something. But I don't know, the person that makes these final decisions really needs their head checked on some of them. But then, like, after all these releases, look at Eva Marie. Does anyone like Eva Marie? I mean, she's Eva Marie. She's nothing good, nothing bad. She's just there. Mostly eye candy kind of thing. You know what I mean? But that's what they target towards is the men and everything. But I don't know. I think they got to make better decisions in the future. Bray Wyatt was a giant waste. They could have done so much more with him. But the only good part of it is now Bray Wyatt or Wyndham Rotunda will be able to find a new place, hopefully, where he can, build his legacy and he'll stay there forever. Retire from there. Whether they bring the Fiend back or whether he's allowed to bring something like the Fiend with him, or if he does his normal character, or who knows what he'd do now. He's not going to be under any management that's forcing him to do anything. Like if he goes to AEW, starts working in AEW, then he's not going to have to worry about someone telling him what he can and can't do, because like AEW superstars have full creative control over their characters, which is great. They come up with their own things, they run it by someone, and they're like, yeah, go for it. There's no guy writing scripts there or anything. So I think that like Bray Wyatt's creative mind would be great if they could just unleash it, kind of like Aleister Black or, Malachi Black over in AEW, formerly Aleister Black. He's got a great creative mind that was wasted also. Maybe they'll put them together or something. And like a few people online were saying, now Bray Wyatt can go over to AEW and be the leader of the Dark Order. I don't think that's going to happen. The Dark Order already announced a long time ago they don't want another leader. They're not looking for another leader. And like, they got Adam Page now, but they were looking for more like a friend, you know what I mean? They don't want a leader right now. So Bray probably won't be leading the Dark Order. I don't know what else to really say on it. I'm just shocked. I'm still in shock over it. It's a crazy scenario. Should have never happened. He should be wrestling on Monday nights. That would be giving Monday Night Raw a huge, huge boost if The Fiend was still there. But they got rid of him, which is completely ridiculous. All right, so, other than that, I don't know what to say about him. I'm just still in shock. So, please like, share this video, subscribe to my channel, leave your comments. What do you think about Bray Wyatt's release in the comments below? Other than that, guys, I'll get back to you another day with another video. Thanks. Have a great day.